Yes, people, how are we doing? You join me today on a very, well, not that windy, slightly blustery, I'm not even going to say cold, because it is quite mild, November day. It is, well, the boat's coming out today, going to the boat yard to be hauled out for winter storage. It's 9:30 in the morning. It's a little bit blustery out there. It's about 14-13 mile per hour winds, 1.5 to 2 metre swells. Not too bad. But yeah, it's always a bit of a bittersweet moment when the boat comes out of the water at the end of the season. It just marks the end of the summer for me. Yeah, it'll be good to get the boat out, give her a good wash down. I've got some upgrades that I want to do over the winter. I'm going to get a new fusion unit installed. That's the first thing on the list. And a couple of other bits which I'll probably go into in another video. So yeah, we're going to take the trip over to Brightlingsea today. Probably take me the best part of an hour to get there. I'm in no rush at all. I've got plenty of time, and I'm just going to take a nice slow cruise over there. So, oh, camera's falling down. And we're back. Apologies, I haven't been able to get as many videos as I would have liked to this season. I never got around to doing an overnight on the boat, which I'm gutted about. But next year, next summer, 100%, that's going to be one of the first things I do as soon as the boat goes in the water, because I haven't done it yet, and I really, really need to do it. I just really haven't had the time. Obviously, life gets in the way, so yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, let's get everything prepared. Let's get over to Brightlingsea, and let's get this boat out of the water. Honda engines, you've got to love them. Never had a problem with this thing. Starts up first time, all the time. It's just a beast. I love Honda. I don't think you can go wrong. I know Yamaha are very reliable too. I think those are the two main top contenders in the outboard marine world. But yeah, I've always had Hondas, and I can't fault them at all. Love them. So I'm just going to let the motor tick over, just to warm up a bit. See, we're in the sort of winter months now. It's not been, in fairness, it's not actually been really cold so far. I don't think the cold weather has properly set in yet, so it's not been too bad. But I'm glad the boat's coming out now, because it is starting to sort of get that way. I think next year I'll probably take the boat out in October as opposed to November, probably at mid-October, early to mid-October. Sometimes, depending on the weather, you can sort of use the boat in October, but I've not even used it October this year. So yeah, next year I'll definitely take her out. I think in October probably gives me a bit more time to do some work on her as well. Right, we'll get the line squared away, sort of batten down the hatches a little bit, because I think it's going to be a bit choppy out there. So just having a quick look on the Windy app. It's a south-southwesterly breeze, 14 mile per hour winds. Not too bad. We've got a swell at the moment of about just under 1.5 to 1.5 feet. Again, absolutely no problem for this boat. Obviously, you know, the calmer and the flatter conditions are better. But hey ho, it is what it is. Gusts up to 23 miles per hour. But yeah, no, that's not too bad. More than manageable, more than doable. I remember last year I had to postpone because of Storm Ashley. But no, today's fine. We should be all good. Breeze. You see the boat's completely swung round. Oh, catches that breeze quick. So just make an eye up the channel. See it's going to be a lot calmer in this section of the water. We're just before high tide, so we can make our way through Besham's Fleet. A little bit of a shortcut rather than going through the gut and around. I don't know if you can see over here. You've got some oyster fishermen, and yeah, I don't know, they're dredging oysters or whatever they're doing. But yeah, what a great job. Close these doors up. So we're just leaving the harbour, and you know what? It actually doesn't look that bad out there from here. Obviously, once we venture out a little bit further, we'll see if those conditions change. But yeah, so far so good. Bit cloudy, sun's trying to break through. Yeah, a little bit gusty today. As I say, yeah, it's why we get a cabin boat. Keeps you out of those elements. But yeah, I would expect I'm going to be going at about, I don't know, 8 to 10 knots. So I'm just going to have a nice slow poke over to Brightlingsea. I'd imagine take me about 40 odd minutes at that speed. So yeah, it should be all good. Yeah, check back for an update of conditions. So as you can see, conditions have definitely changed a bit out here. Yeah, there's a little bit of a swell. We're just taking a few oh, there you go, a few waves over the bow there. It's a good thing I had these, I put some new I can't even talk, windscreen wipers on. Yeah, they're definitely going to come in handy today, I know that much. But yeah, we're doing about 8 knots. Again, I'm in no rush. I'm just slowly ploughing my way through all this chop. But yeah, nothing to be too concerned about. I think a couple of years ago, I took the boat out, and I think it was a little bit worse than this, to be honest. But surprisingly, it's really warm. The sun's out, and it's actually getting pretty hot in here, so I'm probably going to have to take my jacket off in a minute, because I am burning up. But yeah, we're ploughing through, and yeah, just crack on with it really. But there's another one. Yeah, if there was ever advert, I can't even talk today. What is going on? If there was ever an advert to buy a pilot house or a cabin boat, this is it. Because it keeps you out of the elements, it keeps you out of all this muck. So yeah, I'll check back in about halfway and see where we are. So we're about halfway now to Brightlingsea, just about to make the turn. You can see here, around this point, if I can step the camera up, oh that was a big one. Yeah, it's not been too bad. We're taking a few rollers over the bow, but the swells come in just off the sort of starboard bow. But again, it's nothing that's concerning or anything like that. It's just about taking it nice and slow and just plowing through it really. Obviously, you know, the flatter the conditions the better, but this is it sometimes. This is what you got to deal with. So yeah, we're not too far now. I'll probably say another 25 minutes or so. Once we start making that turn, we'll have all this swell behind us as well, so it's probably going to be a lot more comfier. I've had to take my jacket off or my jumper or whatever, because I was absolutely burning up in here. It was roasting. But yeah, almost there, looking good. Boat's in good condition, boat's in good shape, and yeah, I'm sort of half looking forward to just getting her out now and giving her a good scrub up, good wash down, polish, etc, etc. But yeah, check in when we start coming into Brightlingsea. So as you can see here from the chart, I've just been, I know the tide's high, so I've just been hugging the coastline as much as possible, just to stay out of the conditions. Whereas the high tide, you can come sort of as close in as possible, which is not too bad. But yeah, I've still got 7 meters of water under me, so more than enough for this boat. I'll make my way up into the channel, and then yeah, down the channel and then we're away. So yeah, almost there. Right, so we're just coming into the channel, heading towards Brightlingsea. As you can see now, all that swell, I'll get the window open, that is completely behind us. So it's going to be a lot more comfortable from this point in. We've made the turn, and yeah, so we're about 10-15 minutes out. Just going to give it a nice slow 8 knots and just yeah, just pop her over there. I'm about 20 minutes early-ish, so yeah, not too far now. It wasn't too bad coming over, in fairness. Wasn't going directly into the swell, so I wasn't, taking too much of a battering. But yeah, no, it was fine. It was fine. As I say, I mean, these boats can, handle quite a moderate chop, in fairness. And yeah, they're pretty comfortable as they do so. So you got to be so careful when running with the swell, not to get caught up in the waves. Otherwise you can get pushed and the bow will just get dug down. So you just gotta keep your eye on the swell, don't get caught up by the waves. And yeah, but I've made that mistake a couple of times where I've just been caught out a little bit and the bow just completely dug down into the sea. But yeah, definitely something to keep your eye out for when you are running with the swell, because it's probably more dangerous than actually going into it, if I'm being honest. Yeah, a lot of fine tuning with the throttle, with the revs when going with the swell, but you get it right, it's a lot more of a smoother ride, definitely. I'm just glad I can get this window open. It is absolutely roasting in here. And just like that, we are in the calm and protected waters of Brightlingsea Harbour. What a difference. Nice and flat calm out there now. Well, this part of the bay anyway. 4 knot speed limit. So just going to make my way over to the dock. A bit windy out there, definitely windy out there still. That's when your bow thruster definitely comes in handy. Yeah, going to make my way up to the dock, tie her off, and then get her hoisted out of the water. But yeah, another season done, another summer over. Yeah, it is gutting when the boating season done, because for me, as soon as the boat's out of the water, then winter's set in. But it'll be sort of April, May before you know it, and then we look to start putting the boat back in the water. So yeah, gonna get some definitely got some upgrades. As I mentioned earlier, I've got my new fusion system going in. There's a couple of things I've got planned in the pipeline as well. One big upgrade I'm looking to do, but I'll talk more about that in another video. But yeah, we'll kind of see how we get on and see what can be done. But yeah, let's get over to this dock and or pontoon rather, and get this moored up. Hopefully I don't get blown all over the shop, but as always, we're winging it. Right, we're winging it. Right, just coming into the dock then. Wind is going to be basically behind me, so I'm going to get a better, coming at a bit from a better position actually. Really work with the wind here, because it is a little bit breezy, and pilot house boats act, well, the actual pilot house on the boat acts as a bit of a sail, so you've got to be a little bit cautious. I'm just trying to work with the wind, so I'm going to come in at a good angle, turn, just trying to get over.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Hang on. That's it. Yeah, that wind is horrible, isn't it? Right, well, that was slightly more difficult than I intended it to be. You got the wind going this way and the tide going this way as well, so it's always going to be a little bit more difficult, but we managed. Ideally I would have wanted to come the other side of the dock, but yeah, I've got to go that side because that's the side it's coming out, so yeah, we'll go from there. Yeah, you can see the growth is mainly on the sides. You can see where it's not been as, where it's exposed to the light, and then if you look underneath in the actual boat, it's just fur, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where we need to slap anti-foul on and give it a double coat on those top parts. Do you know what I mean?
I need to get a picture of where that anti-foul.
Well, you'll see it when it gets sprayed off. There'll be a line, won't there? So, cheers, chaps. Yeah, lovely. I was just checking the anti-foul line. That was all. Just,
no worries.
Got to raise that water line, I think. But yeah, lovely. Cheers, chaps.
That blue line, isn't it?
Well, no, you don't want to go right up to the blue line. You want it
just where you
see where the brown marks stop. Yeah.
That's where you want to mark
because
it off.
Because on the edges it's just fur, and you can easily that can just be wiped off. But if you look underneath.
So as you can see here, just inspecting the bottom of the boat, the hull, there is quite a bit of growth, but in fairness that's probably from where the boat was just sitting in the water and not moving for a month. But the anti-foul relatively does a generally sort of good job, in fairness. You can see there's more sort of fur on the side and a little bit of growth at the bottom there. But yeah, again, that is the majority of that is just from where the boat sat, and yeah, hasn't moved for a month, so I'll definitely have to think about maybe taking it out a bit earlier next year. Coming around to the back, there's quite a bit on the back there as well. It's accumulated, so obviously easily sprayed off. But yeah, I definitely have to raise the water line, as I mentioned, and yeah, that'll be that really. So thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.